The only sounds in the bathroom were the sounds of Zoe's crying and Blaine's heavy breathing. Blaine cared deeply about this woman, but he still made her cry. Blaine's heartache made it hard for him to breathe. He hoarsely whispered to Zoe, "What am I going to do with you?" This was the second time the woman in his arms had broken his heart. The second time, he was so powerless that he didn't know what to do with her. "Leave." Blaine's voice was harsh and heavy. His throat felt as if a knife had cut it. He turned around and let go of Zoe without a shred of nostalgia. He leaned his body against the icy cold wall, closed his eyes, and breathed heavily, allowing the sweat to flow from his forehead. His handsome face was now devoid of color. When Blaine let go of her, Zoe grabbed her clothes off the floor and quickly dressed. When she stood up and turned around, Zoe saw Blaine's injured back, which was dyed red with blood. Zoe screamed in fear as tears immediately rolled down her face. "Blaine, you're back! You're back!" Zoe cried out, sobbing. "There's so much blood! How can there be so much blood? You need help!" He closed his eyes and didn't look at Zoe. A cold smile plastered on his lips. Looking at Blaine's pale face, Zoe was utterly flustered. I'll call 911. Hold on, don't move." She had never seen so much blood. The deep red that covered his entire back was horrifying. Zoe had never seen Blaine look this weak before. He was breathing heavily with great difficulty, and his face was so pale that it seemed devoid of life. Zoe was terrified. Zoe quickly ran to his bedroom to look for her cell phone. Her hands trembled as she rummaged through her bag. When she finally found her phone, she was about to dial the number when a big hand grabbed it and slammed it against the wall. With a bang, the phone shattered into a million pieces on the ground. Blaine let out a hoarse bellow. "I said leave!" "What are you doing?" Zoe shouted, now also furious. Tears flowed unrestrained from her eyes. "If you're angry at me, then so be it, but don't risk yourself to spite me. You're bleeding." Blaine glared fiercely at Zoe. He was sweating profusely. His back hurt, but he didn't care. His brow furrowed as he took labored breaths. "Zoe, you don't have the right to meddle in my business. Put away that heart of yours, which is so overflowing that it's disgusting." His face was filled with unconcealable disgust and deep loathing. Blaine felt like a fool. Zoe's big heart made him think she was in love with him again and again. She wasn't in love with him. Zoe just cared about people. Blaine wasn't special. She'd ruthlessly proven this to him again and again through her repeated rejections. He felt like an idiot. Blaine stormed over to the bedside table, picked up his wallet, pulled out a wad of bills, and threw them into Zoe's face. "Here, payment for serving me. Take the money and leave. Immediately get out of my sight." The money danced in front of Zoe's eyes, causing her heart to hurt even more, and her tears continued unrestrained. She bit her lips and clenched her fists. She stood there, watching as the money rained down in front of her, feeling helpless. At that moment, Zoe wished she could tell him everything that had really happened 4 years ago. However, the moment she opened her mouth, she felt her vision darken. Then Zoe suddenly lost consciousness and fainted. "Zoe! Zoe!" When Zoe woke up, it was late at night. She was surprised to find herself lying in her own bed. "Zoe, you're finally awake." Her mother sounded relieved. Gloria stood beside Zoe's bed, and when she saw Zoe wake up, she quickly served her a mug of hot soup. "Quick, you need to eat and get some energy into you. Listen to your mother. Drink this chicken broth." "Mom, how did I get home?" Shouldn't she still be at Blaine's house? Zoe wondered to herself. How did she get home? Blaine had been covered in blood, and the last thing Zoe remembered was him throwing money at her. "A female doctor named Ramona Anderson brought you home. Dr. Anderson said you fainted in the hospital, but it was nothing serious. She said you've likely just been working hard and not eating enough, and your blood sugar is too low. You just need to rest and eat, and soon you'll feel much better," Gloria told Zoe. Now, come on, listen to Mom. You need to drink this mug of soup. You haven't eaten anything all day. Mom, wait a minute. I want to call Ramona first, Zoe said, still confused. She hurriedly lifted the blanket and got up. Then she walked into the hall and picked up a landline. She quickly called Ramona. Ramona answered on the second ring. Ramona, it's me, Zoe. Zoe, are you all right? Ramona was concerned about her. Dr. Dexter had asked her to take Zoe home after she fainted. I'm fine. Zoe shook her head and asked, What about him? How are his injuries? Were you able to stop his bleeding? Zoe didn't dare to mention Blaine's name in front of her mother. But Ramona knew that Zoe was talking about Dr. Dexter. Ramona gave a faint sigh and said worriedly, He wouldn't let us touch him. He got so angry but wouldn't let anyone help him. If we don't deal with his back, sooner or later it will become inflamed and infected.
Hi, Zoe here. If you are wondering what happens next, then download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Rekindled Heartache now.